All right. Next video up, they actually did it, about 2K26.
We only have 28 days until the release of NBA 2K26, and we have some groundbreaking news to cover. So leave a like and subscribe for the most up-to-date NBA 2K26 news. The NBA 2K26 gameplay trailer came out yesterday, and there's a lot of information that you guys still don't know about. Mike Wang said there will be no RNG in shooting. There has always been some element of RNG in every past version of NBA 2K, including 2K24. NBA 2K26 will be the first version to feature a completely pure green window. On pro or lower difficulties, you can still make whites, but otherwise it's green or miss. Hallelujah. This was easily the worst thing about NBA 2K25, and this is definitely the best improvement so far that we know about NBA 2K20.
We got to go back and see the trailer. Hold on. Wait. We got to find the trailer. This looks fire as fuck. That boy SGA. Oh! You fucking trailer. Let's get back to the video, though. We gotta watch this.
26. Now, I've seen a lot of people talking on Twitter, and their biggest concerns for the pure green window.
I like that shot meter.
Now, I've seen a lot of people talking on Twitter, and their biggest concerns for the pure green window on 2K26 is that the cheaters are gonna abuse Zins again. And things like this are the complete reason why RNG and no green window was introduced to 2K25. Cheaters are gonna cheat anyways. It's such a small percentage of the community, so why ruin it for everybody else who doesn't cheat? Now, at least in 2K26, we can fight against it. In 2K25, they were hitting every single shot. All the cheaters were greening everything, while we still had to fight against RNG. So now at least we have a chance to go 7 for 7 and beat the cheaters. Now, speaking of the green window, Mike Wang said the center of the green window in 2K19 and 2K24 were pure. We used RNG on the edges that lerp from 100 to 0%. Now, for 2K26, if you release anywhere inside the window, it will be a make. So Mike Wang is claiming that this is the purest green window that we've had in any 2K. So now in 2K26, if you release anywhere inside the green window, it will go in. This is a huge W. Let me know what you guys are thinking about this so far. I like the news that we're getting. Moving on, we have some very important information regarding rhythm shooting in 2K26. Mike Wang said the goal was to make both rhythm shooting and button shooting viable options, with neither having an...
I personally don't use rhythm shooting. I just use button shooting, but, you know, I'm gonna have to
advantage over the other. They are very different mechanics, so it's not really possible to directly compare them. Some will be much better with the button, and some will be much better with the stick. Rhythm shooting is definitely more rewarding in my opinion, though. Now, before we go into detail on this, let me explain how rhythm shooting works in 2K26. So basically, you're no longer just going to be matching the player's animation, but rather giving you full control over the animation. It's still going to be a down-up motion flick on the right stick. So basically, the way you flick the stick will change the way your player is shooting. So it'll be the timing of when you flick the stick and tempo of how you did it, if that makes sense. So for the timing, if you flick up really early, you can release the ball earlier. And if you flick up late, you'll hold onto the ball before you let go. And for the tempo, if you flick up fast, you will rush your shot. And if you flick up slow, you'll get more of a lazier looking release.
This is real
so technically, you could still rush the timing and green the tempo, and you can still make the shot. Now, hearing all of this information, that just sounds very, very, very confusing. So me personally, I'm just going to stick with the button, especially since Mike Wang said there is no advantage over one another. But with all of this being said, what do you guys think about this? Me personally, I rhythm shot every single shot in 2K25 and I loved it. But I do have to say rhythm shooting did become way too overpowered, and it should not have such a huge advantage over using the button. But I like this change a lot. It's simple and it's back to the basics, just how it should be. Moving on, there is a brand new shooting feature in NBA 2K26 called the no dip shooting. And this is how 2K explained this new feature. Hold the left trigger when receiving a pass while standing still to square up. Catch the ball high and seamlessly transition directly into your shooting motion in rhythm to get the shot up quickly. Knock down shots like Klay Thompson and Ray Allen as defenders race to close out before your release. I think this is a huge W, and I think this is going to be great for stretch bigs or any type of spot up shooters. And the reason I say this is because Mike Wang said that anyone can perform the quick catch and shoot mechanics. So this is really good to hear. I'm glad there isn't a badge requirement or a 3-point or mid-range requirement. Keeping it simple and back to the basics. I'm loving what I'm hearing so far. Now, 2K Labs is already on top of it. They tweeted out, after some frame analysis, it appears no dip catch and shoots are about 2.5 times faster than shooting with the dip. Now, obviously, this isn't 100% accurate. They're going to test it out once they get their hands on the game. But still, the fact that we kind of already have somewhat information on this is crazy. And dude, 2.5 times speed on a catch and shoot shot is absolutely insane. Listen, man, that's going to have to keep your defender guessing and just, you know, stay glued to you. So this is really good news. Someone asked Mike Wang, is the size of the green window different for no dip compared to regular catch and shoots? He replied and said the green window for catch and shoot shots are the same as regular shots, but it's possible this could change in the future. Now, this is pretty interesting. Let me know what you guys think about this down below in the comment section. I guess he's just going to wait it out and see, you know, before they drop the first patch and see if people are complaining about it or just seeing if it's overpowered in general. But let me know y'all's thoughts about this down below in the comment section. Now, I saw someone on TikTok claiming that this is already technically a feature in NBA 2K25, and as you guys can see in this clip, I mean, this guy is basically shooting the ball without a dip, and you know, he's claiming that he's already holding L2. So I don't know, is 2K claiming or trying to make this a new feature, or is it already in 2K25? I don't know. What do you guys think about this? Let me know down below in the comment section. Mike Wang also just confirmed turning off the shot meter will slightly increase the size of your green window. Now, this has been a thing for a few years now, actually a very long time. So just a quick heads up, when you get 2K26, you might as well turn that meter off. Let me know down below in the comment section, how do you guys feel about it? I'm personally going to be taking my meter off. I always do. But let me know.
I always take meter off. I don't even play with the meter on. Because for me, it just visually like fucks me up. So I just turn that shit off to
know y'all's thoughts about it down below in the comment section. Now, we didn't hear much about dribbling in yesterday's courtside report, but Mike Wang just gave us a lot more information on dribbling this morning. He said dribbling has changed a lot in 2K26. Branching and chaining moves will generally feel more responsive, and you can interrupt more moves than you could in 2K25. We've made an effort to make dribbling faster and the inputs more responsive as well. You'll find some great new content as well as the return of some old favorites. Scottie Pippen's behind the back wrap. So I think dribble heads will be able to create some nice highlights this year. I genuinely, from the bottom of my heart, hope this is true. 2K25 easily had the worst dribble system.
So bad. Oh my fucking god. Oh my god. Dribbling in 2K25 was a fucking nightmare. Oh my lord. One of the worst things ever. Like, dead ass. So bad. So fucking bad, dude.
Any 2K that I've ever played, it was slow, clunky, and the furthest thing from responsive. I understand that 2K wants to head down the route of realism, so make dribbling realistic. Give us a quick first step, like the most explosive players to ever exist in the NBA, like Derrick Rose, Russell Westbrook, John Wall, and more. Now, in yesterday's gameplay trailer, we did see a few examples on how dribbling will look in 2K26. Here's a clip of Anthony Edwards' speed boost, and I will say it does look a little bit faster than NBA 2K25, so that is a positive. Now remember, Anthony Edwards' speed with ball rating isn't the highest, and his lightning launch or quick first step badge, whatever they're going to call it in 2K26, probably isn't super high, so this does give me a little bit of hope. Yadman tweeted out a comparison of Trae Young's speed boost from NBA 2K25 and NBA 2K26. Now, the animation does look pretty similar. I mean, it is Trae Young's dribble move, but it's pretty obvious that 2K26 is a little faster. And as you guys can see, Trae Young also, when he's dribbling with a lower posture. I'm not sure if that's what's causing him to, you know, dribble faster compared in 2K26 compared to 2K25, but it is pretty obvious he is dribbling faster. In the 2K25 clip, you can clearly see that Trae Young has a hitch in his dribble move, so it's good to see that that is going to be removed going into 2K26. There is a new dribbling feature called Quick Protect. It says ball handlers can now tap the left trigger and initiate Quick Protect movements to shield the ball and evade steals. If you see a defender reaching for a steal and react quickly enough, with a Quick Protect, you can counter it. This balances the steal system by introducing more skill-based outcomes. Now, on paper, this does look like a great feature, and I think this is going to get the fake lockdowns out the way. You know, people who spam for the ball and get fake steals, these guys are definitely not going to be good locks anymore. But the real question is, am I going to be forced to use this 24/7? Like, in the middle of a combo, am I going to have to hold L2 to try to protect the defender from reaching. Because if you're a point guard in any 5v5 setting, or really any 3v3 setting, you're scanning the floor to look who to pass it to. You're looking for your teammates. And is this going to force me to take my eyes off my teammates and stare at my defender the entire time? If it is, that's going to be a little annoying. And, you know, this kind of concerns me a little bit. Now, in yesterday's 2K26 gameplay trailer, we didn't see any stamina or adrenaline bars, but Mike Wang did confirm that both are back.
Oh my fucking god. Do not get me started on the fucking stamina in 2K25. Oh my fucking god. My player is literally a fucking NBA player. Can barely run fucking 15 steps without being winded like an 80-year-old cigarette smoker. Like, what? This motherfucker's barely 21. Multi-million-dollar NBA player, supposed to be. And his ass can barely fucking run for 5 seconds without being gassed. Oh my lord. And then go into the fucking Gatorade workout facilities and doing the fucking workouts does nothing. Does nothing. Literally nothing. Like, actually nothing. That shit, oh my god. That's a big part of the reason I just put down that shit anyways, bro.
And he explained how adrenaline bars work. He said that adrenaline will function very close to what you're used to from NBA 2K25, but there have been some minor tweaks. For example, if you spam too many escape moves in a short amount of time, it will drain a bar. If they don't get this correctly, this will ruin dribbling the entire year for NBA 2K26. God, yes. I really hope this is just directed towards people who have no clue what they're doing when it comes to dribbling. If I lose an adrenaline bar for putting a few combos and chaining my moves together to open up some space and beat my defender, and I lose adrenaline bars from that, that is going to be such an L. But I'm just going to have to wait and see. What do you guys think about this so far? W or L? Let me know down below in the comments section. There's going to be a new feature called Rat Passes in 2K26. They basically explained it saying Rat Passes now have a dedicated control by double tapping circle or B. This expands the toolkit for playmakers to determine when you want to do a Rat Pass and ensures that you aren't throwing the ball straight into the back of a defender. I do think that is a pretty cool new feature, but I know a lot of you guys are wondering, how are we going to throw flashy passes now then? Well, Mike Wang did clear up all the confusion and said that flashy passes have been moved to cross plus circle on PS5, which means X and circle, or A and B on Xbox. Self alley-oops are now mapped out to square plus triangle, or X plus Y on Xbox. Now, that is pretty interesting. What do you guys think about this down below in the comment section? That is the new way to throw flashy passes and to throw self lobs and alley-oops in general. Now, we have some important information to go over regarding dunking in 2K26. Someone asked Mike Wang, are there any changes to dunking? And he said yes. Holding turbo and the pro stick down is how you meter dunk in 2K26. This will also encourage more flashy dunks, but you can also get flashy dunks on the shot button if you're wide open with no trailing threat. The meter dunk logic has changed a lot, and you'll notice a much bigger green window on open dunks, both driving and standing. Instantly, when I read that first paragraph,
huge W in my opinion, bro. Huge W. I swear to God.
I just remember NBA 2K22. God. That is basically how dunking is going to be. And I am beyond happy to hear that the meter dunk logic has changed a lot and it's improved. Finally.
Oh my fucking God. My character has a fucking 90 driving dunk. 90 driving dunk. And this motherfucker gets thrown off any dunk by anybody almost. Like randomly I'll get a nice animation where I just completely obliterate somebody. 9 times out of 10, bro, it could be a fucking 6-foot tiny guard under the rim, and it's gonna throw me off my fucking dunk.
We're gonna be able to see the green window. Finally, we're gonna be able to dunk on heads and not get taken out of our animations like we did in 2K25. W Mike Wang. Custom layup.
I got pissed real quick. Baby, back to the video.
Are officially coming to 2K. The green window. Finally, we're gonna be able to dunk on heads and not get taken out of our animations like we did in 2K25.
Oh my
W
Lord.
Mike Wang. Custom layups are officially coming to 2K26. You're gonna be able to pick and choose which animations you want. You know, from the normal and reverse layups, floaters, quick scoops, Euro steps, hop steps, and spins. You can decide each animation you want and which player you want to use specifically for each animation. I think that is a huge W.
Oh God,
the more customization we have, the better. Now, if you played NBA 2K25, you would know running baseline was so annoying and it was so sensitive. But we have some news about the baseline in 2K26. Mike Wang said, yes, there is an improvement to address the baseline sensitivity, especially when attempting baseline layups. So hopefully this is good news. Hopefully we actually can see this in game. I don't want to be running baseline. All of a sudden I go out of bounds. It's annoying. So hopefully this is improved. W Mike Wang. Now for all my lockdown defenders or anybody who loves playing defense in 2K, apparently, there's a new body up and collision feature. They said 2K26 uses system-driven technology to generate player-to-player collisions that are more reliable compared to previous scripted motion-captured animations. Coupled with new dynamic motion, this changes improves the freedom of movement for both the dribbler and on-ball defender. Now again, all this sounds great on paper, but we have to see it to believe it. Mike Wang tweeted, there will be a number of changes to the contest system logic. We've rebalanced the effectiveness of hands up, no jump contest, and jumping contest to better reflect how shots are impacted in real life. We're also showing coverage percentages in full shot feedback again. Now this is going to be interesting to see how this actually plays in game, but I will say finally they're bringing back like it was in 2K24 where you can actually see the percentage of the contest you got or the defender got on you. I think this is great. 2K25 was annoying. It was just like lightly contested, or you know, there was no real percentage to see. So this is good.
Dude, not even that, bro. I would literally be like fucking like completely closed out in a motherfucker's face just like this. Like perfect defense, bro. Like straight locks. Like time the fucking jump block and everything perfectly, bro. Right as they were shooting. Like perfect defense, and it would say fucking open. Motherfucker would be the furthest thing from open, and it would say open as he's going to shoot, and I'm literally all up in his shit. Like, what the fuck is he, like, that was one of the worst things. I swear to God, I hope that's improved.
See that this is coming back in 2K26. 2K announced there will be a new rebound timing feedback. It says in 2K26, a green meter will flash beneath your player's feet to indicate a well-timed rebound attempt. Now, I know a lot of people do not like this, but guys, I'm telling you, it's going to be basically the same thing as it was in 2K25. It's just more of a visual thing now. I think this is just going to help out people who literally don't know how to time rebounds, or they're really bad in general just at playing center. But listen, man, there's always been a certain time to jump for a rebound. Don't overthink it. It's just visual now. Now, someone asked Mike Wang, if you don't green a rebound, can you still get it? What happens when two people both green a rebound? He said you can still grab a rebound if you don't green the timing. And if a little player is trying to out-rebound a big, excellent timing will often not be enough to secure the board. If the big makes zero effort and just stands there, the little guy will have a better chance to perfect the timing though. If two players green the rebound timing, the outcome is decided by positioning, ratings, and height. The core mechanics around how rebounding works isn't changing in NBA 2K26. The core mechanics around how rebounding works isn't changing in 2K26. Timing your jump has always been an important aspect of rebounding. The indicator was added just to help players understand how rebounding works. I don't hate that. Yep, so Mike Wang literally just cleared up what I said. This is just going to help people who just don't know how to get rebounds. If you know how to get rebounds, you're going to be fine. L2 dexing was a major issue in 2K25 and it bailed out all the bums. Now, here is some information going into 2K26 regarding L2 dexing. Mike Wang said, we've made efforts to reduce the unrealistic motion/cuts that can result from dexing. Attempting to use dexing to cut back and forth repeatedly will consume adrenaline. So if you're going to be dexing back and forth, spamming R2, you're basically going to lose adrenaline bars. And honestly, I'm all for this. PowerDF tweeted Mike Wang and said, has anything been done about L2 cheesing in 2K26? And Mike Wang followed up saying, we made the ball extremely vulnerable to steals when posting up far from the rim to mitigate the L2 cheese. So this all sounds like great news. Hopefully these weirdos don't find a new way to exploit the game and just ruin it for everybody else. Make sure you guys leave a like if you agree with me. Whew, this sounds like good news so far, though. There's going to be a new feature regarding screens in 2K26. 2K said screeners can now control which way you want to face. Tapping left stick slightly left or right from the direction you are currently screening will turn your player 45 degrees, and tapping the left stick in the opposite direction will turn your player 180 degrees. I think this is great. Sometimes when I set screens, my player will be facing the wrong way, so this is a great new feature, but Iggymo had a good point. He tweeted, if the left stick while setting a screen turns your body, can you still move while holding a screen? Or are you going to be stuck planted now? I'm not gonna lie, that's a really good question.
Okay.
Maybe we can shift over a little bit with the right stick. I don't know how 2K is going to handle this. We're going to have to wait and see. Now, we got some more news about post scoring in NBA 2K26. Now, someone asked Mike Wayne, can we pull the chair when being back down in the paint? He said, yes, you can pull the chair in the post by tapping circle/B when the offensive player makes contact with you. I could have sworn 2K25 this was pretty non-existent. I don't even know if this feature worked. So it does sound good that this is coming back because these post scores, they're annoying. But guys, that is all the news we have for NBA 2K26. I know that was a lot.
Love that. Everything in that video sounded good. Honestly, bro, I don't even know if I can recommend you to play 2K. It's kind of like all over the place. It's eh. Some years are really good. Recent years have been kind of shitty. I was more of a FIFA guy. Yeah, I hear that. I've personally never really played FIFA, but honestly, bro, I can't even hardly recommend you to buy 2K anymore.